But then again, I wouldn't remove completely the idea that slavery was a thing, because when it comes to the construction of all of the different pyramids, because I do think it was part of it, absolutely. But yeah, for sure.
We've all heard the legends about King Tut's tomb,
Yeah.
right? If you disturb an ancient king's burial grounds, you'll be cursed, doomed to die a horrible death. Well, it's not so. You'd probably cough a bit from inhaling millennia-old mummy powder, but that's about it. Now, there has been evidence of some ancient tombs inscribed with curse-like carvings. For example, ancient warlord and Egyptian noble Ankh-Tifi wrote that, quote, "Any ruler who shall do evil or wickedness to his coffin, may the gods not accept any goods he offers, and may his heir never inherit." Wow. Similarly, an inscription on the tomb of 10th century BC ruler Kentika Ikeki warns that any impure men who enter this tomb, there will be judgment. An end shall be made for him. I shall seize his neck like a bird, and I shall cast the fear of myself into him.
Wow.
Now, in a culture that was super superstitious, anyone coming across warnings like that would be like,
"Oh shit! A ghost!"
prompting them to 180 right out of the room. When King Tut's tomb was discovered in 1922, no such written reprimands or warnings were ever found. In reality, the rumor of King Tut's curse revolves around one George Edward Stanhope Molyneux Herbert, 5th Earl of Carnarvon.
Oh, goodness gracious, that's a perfect name for a cat. Literally, guys, that's a perfect name. This is my cat, George Edward Stanhope Molyneux Herbert, the 5th Earl of goodness gracious. Earl of goodness gracious. I would like to underline the first spell. I liked the first spell. Where is the first curse? Where is it? Where did it go? There we go. Any impure man who enters this tomb, there will be judgment. Yeah, I'm going to use it. Any impure subredditor who enters this channel, there will be judgment. An end shall be made for him. I shall seize his neck like a bird. I shall cast the fear of myself into him. I'm so going to use it, guys.
A rich English white dude who funded the whole expedition that led to the discovery of the sandy sarcophagus. He died a whole 4 months after the opening of the tomb.
Right.
After which a journalist did what journalists do and printed a whole bunch of sensationalized fake news, attributing Lord Carnarvon's death to an inexplicable curse. To no surprise, the media ran with it, making claims of a written curse being uncovered with the tomb, though this never happened. So how did Lord Carnarvon die? He done got bit by a mosquito.
How die then? That's an interesting way to write it. Bitten by a mosquito. How do you know it wasn't sent by King Tutankhamun, though?
The resulting bump was accidentally slashed while he was shaving, making a
gracious.
pretty nasty cut that later got infected. The old chap died of blood poisoning at the age of 56. The dedicated believers have tried to attribute other deaths to the curse, but they're really grasping for straws. Of the 58 people who were present at the opening of the tomb, only 8 had died within a dozen years of the discovery, and by various means ranging from cancer to murder to natural causes. The majority of the...
Yeah, but it's an unfalsifiable claim, because anyone who wants to absolutely believe in this thing, they will say, well, yeah, of course they got cancer because they uncovered the tomb. Otherwise, they wouldn't have got it. Of course they got murdered because of the curse. Like, they can always... It's an unfalsifiable statement, really.
Men went to live on full, healthy lives. At least they didn't steal any spooky slabs. That might have been a different story.
Spartans threw babies off a cliff. Ah, I see where it's going. Yeah, it could be that it's a Roman rumor.
When you think of Spartans, you probably think about them slippery, shiny hunks of warrior men.
Well, if I think on Spartans, I don't think of a black African man, I'll be honest with you. You know me? If I think of a black African man, I'm thinking of different civilizations, cultures, and kingdoms like Kush. But whatever, yeah.
As portrayed on the silver screen, a society of strict and viciously trained bloodthirsty warriors who could decimate any opposing army. But while you're thinking about oiled up, shirtless, muscular men, you might question if this portrayal is historically accurate. It's not. In reality, the Greek city-state of Sparta had no professional army. Although growing up with militaristic training, the purpose was not to create warriors, but perfected, hardened, and respectable citizens who could serve to defend their homeland if need be. That little element of perfection is where some rumors of Spartan eugenics come in. It is believed that ancient Spartans practiced infanticide, the act of killing deformed or undesired babies as a way to strengthen the Spartan society. However, the biggest downfall of this myth is that there's only one historical source that alludes to this barbaric practice, and it's this guy, Roman historian Plutarch. He wrote that Spartan elders would examine newborns for imperfections.
It's possible that it's something that he just made up, or like a rumor. We don't know. But it's because we have no other mention, particularly within the Greek world, then it's possible that it's like a rumor just to say, oh, goodness gracious, did you hear? We don't know, but it's one of those things. So yeah, there's another thing I wanted to say. Let me see. Pretty good video so far, though. I like it. So the Spartan thing, he said. Yeah, you know, the part where he had to censor the Renaissance art because he can't show nudity is so, I know it's not his fault. Hate the game, not the player. I understand he needs to do it, and so do I. But it is so stupid. So when it's like Renaissance art, then you have to oh no, don't show any nudity. And then on YouTube, you've got nude yoga and what is it, like Brazilian shaving, like if oh no, it's a tutorial. Are you joking? So real people you could show nudity, and of course you know they're doing it on purpose so that people click, and I don't even know why, because I mean you can find prawn everywhere. I don't see why you have to find it, whatever. But then the art, the statues need to be censored. How stupid of a society have we become at this point? Like literally in 300 years, people will look back at this kind of stuff and say, these guys were idiots. Well, I want it written right now. I disagree with this nonsense. So someone who is watching this video in 500 years in the future, please note, I have nothing whatsoever to do with this nonsense. Just wanted to say it. You know what it is.
Actions or weaknesses. Good, good, bad, good. What the? Hello, Daddy.
Oh no.
Ew. If any were ever found, they would just yeetus the fetus off the Taygetus mountainside. This ensured that only the best of the best would be able to thrive to crushing adulthood. But this bit of literature is almost certainly a bunch of baloney. While historians can't confirm with 100% certainty, they can confirm with 99.9% certainty that this just flat out never happened. Excavations around the proposed baby hucking sites have failed to present any supporting evidence. There have been a few adult remains discovered, but no teeny tiny toddler tibias were ever among them. If you needed more convincing, Plutarch's writings date some 600 years after the height of Spartan civilization.
Yeah.
So it might have just been some silly Spartan slander. That would be like if future archaeologists in the year 4000 unearthed fan fiction from today about how medieval Europeans would just shit their britches to ward off witches. Sure, it's questionable, but you could kind of see that happening, right?
Gladiators fought to the death. Good. I'm glad he's addressing this one. Very nice. So far, it's pretty good, though.
Despite what you may think, death was not the goal of gladiator battles in the Roman Colosseum.
Absolutely,
If
yeah.
it was, Rome would have run out of them real quick.
Very true.
Now keep in mind that the Colosseum was active for over 400 years, hosting a plethora of different events ranging from gladiator battles to public criminal executions to
Yeah.
full-fledged naval battle reenactments with the entire Colosseum being flooded. Pretty wild.
Absolutely, yeah. These are called naumachia. Did you know that in the waters, the Romans added sometimes crocodiles and hippopotamuses? Hippopotami? I don't know, but anyways, that's what they did. Flavian Amphitheater, absolutely. One thing I wanted to say about, yes, of course, yeah, no, they would not have them die all the time. That would be crazy. It would be financially insane.